In the last year or so, I guess you could say that I've gone out of my way to try and find unusual places to paint. Secret spots, rooftops, places that aren't accessible by the average Joe public. I guess it kind of turns street art on its head, you know, the fact that you still have a public piece of art, but actually the opportunities to see them are very, very limited. And people ask me all the time, what's the point, you know, when in actual fact very few people will see the piece in the flesh. But the answer to that is that actually most of the art that people do, the general public doesn't see it in the flesh. It sees a picture on the internet. And that's exactly the way this will be viewed. I guess I'm restricting the viewing opportunities, but in actual fact I'm displaying it in exactly the way that I want to. Certain locations, certain cities maybe, certain walls even, can almost dictate to you what you paint or how you paint it or how it should look. This rooftop in particular in San Francisco definitely did that for me. Mainly because it had a skylight slap bang in the middle of it, and quite honestly that should have put me off painting the roof. But it didn't. It actually inspired me to take a slightly different approach and allow that element to dictate what surrounds it, essentially. You know, a skylight that the light shines through from beneath is a very unusual prospect to deal with. And the obvious thing for me to do, essentially because I'm a portrait painter, was to include something that my muse was holding. And I came up with the idea of a crystal ball. The thing about painting rooftops is that it's always the drone footage that gives you what essentially is the money shot. You know, doing the time-lapse video is all well and good, but unless you have a camera or angle aspect coming directly from above the piece, you don't really get an essence of what it's about. I was very lucky on this project actually, that the guys at Rocha Art Gallery put me in touch with a drone pilot who quite literally got some of the best drone shots that I've probably ever seen. And the footage that he took of San Francisco, both in the morning and at dusk and across the rooftops and the skyline, were just absolutely incredible. And I wanted to ensure that when we made this video that we could include as much as possible, even if that meant extending the video, because really and truthfully the cinematic scope of these shots, it was definitely worth including them if we could.